Thank you for stopping by Ballistic Barbecue. On today's video, we're going to be cooking up a 2.8 pound tomahawk steak on the Golden's cast iron Kamado. Let's get going. So this video is kicking off a little series on like tomahawk cooks. I've actually received a couple emails on some of my tomahawk videos, so I thought I'm going to cook some tomahawks on some different type cookers. So today is going to be the Kamado, and then in about a week or so you'll see a video pop up on one of my other cookers. Anyway, here's the beautiful, beautiful USDA Prime tomahawk, and as I said, this is 2.8 pounds and it is a beauty. The first thing we're going to do is season it, but in order to season it we need some seasoning, so I'm going to make a really quick, easy steak, kind of a steak seasoning. We're going to add some very coarse sea salt, some ground black pepper, some paprika, some onion powder, some dehydrated garlic. Get that lid on. This is a really thick, rich piece of meat, and it can handle more flavors than just salt and pepper. Give this a good shake. There we go. Get the seasoning going here. I'm going to go pretty heavy on the seasoning. There we are, gorgeous. I'm going to let this set just a little bit, kind of let it sweat through. I like to let the steaks kind of, you know, the fibers open up and invite some of those flavors in. My cooker's almost preheated, so by the time it's up to where I want it to be, steak will be ready to go on. Okay, the cooker is where I want it to be now, and basically I'm going to be running it low. We're going between 200 and 225. And what I'm wanting to do is cook this big old thick piece of meat just very gently, okay, because I want to kind of minimize that gray area that you get when you slice through it. I want it to be a perfect medium rare. Once it hits my target temp, which is going to be 125 degrees Fahrenheit, I'm pulling it off. Then we're going to crank up this baby, and then we're going to finish it off with a nice quick sear, and it'll bring it up to that perfect medium rare temp. Let me show you how I have the cooker set up. So first of all, underneath my diffuser here, I have the firebox divider, and I have all the charcoal right here, lit obviously, and then I have my grate here. So I'm going to be cooking indirect heat over here. Again, once I reach that target temp, I'm going to be pulling this grate and we're going to sear the steak off on this diffuser. So it acts as basically a nice flat top, a griddle. So again, for this cook, we do need to monitor the temp, and I want this probe to be right about in the dead center of this rib. So I'm going to stick it through the side. And having it right here, I won't have to change, you know, pull the probe out and put it back through the top. Just flip it. All right, we're cooking. Next thing, we'll be flipping the steak. I'm going to flip it once it hits about 80 degrees. See you guys then. We've been cooking now for about 30 minutes and we just hit that 80-degree mark. It's looking good. It's already kind of getting some nice color to it. So I'm just going to go ahead and give this a flip. Now all we have to do is leave it alone until it hits 125. This is about as easy as it gets. We're a little over an hour, about an hour and 10 minutes into this cook. We just hit that 125 mark. We're going to pull this piece of meat off and then prep it for the sear. Okay, I'm going to tint the steak, let it rest a little bit. Again, I'm bringing the temperature up on that flat top, and basically what I'm looking for, I'm not wanting that smoking hot flat top. I want it to be a nice, like probably between 350 degrees Fahrenheit to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. That'll give me that perfect crust. It's not going to be all blackened or anything. Okay, so I've been letting this preheat about 10 minutes or so, and we're ready to go. So this side of the griddle is running at about 350, 360 degrees right here, the side without the charcoal underneath it. This side is pretty darn hot, so I'm going to actually do the searing on this side. So what I have here is some melted beef tallow. This stuff is awesome. I may decide to kind of slide it over to the smoking hot side just a little bit, but I think most of my searing is going to be right over here. That looks gorgeous. Just going to repeat. Give it a kiss of the screaming heat a little bit. Got incoming. Gorgeous. Now we'll go ahead and get this edge. Get right over the hot side here. Here we are. First thing I want to do is talk about the cooker. I've been doing a lot of cooks for my family on this thing, and it's been very impressive. This is the first time I've ever done a reverse sear on this. It's the first time I ever used that, I'm calling it a deflector, that flat top deflector. As a flat top, as a griddle, and I'm very excited about it. First of all, it ran those low temps very stable. Once I had it dialed in, I never had to touch those dampers once. It maintained that again, I was rolling it right about 220 that entire time. I mean, pretty much like a flat line. Excited about that. As far as the steak's concerned, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of drape it with foil, let it rest a little bit. Then we'll get it sliced up, give me a try, let you guys see what it looks like. I already know what to expect. It's going to be awesome. See you guys in a bit. All right, and check this out. This is a beauty. Smells amazing. What I'm going to do is go ahead and remove it from the bone, then I'll slice it up. First of all, you have to do this. There you go. That's why I love this technique. It's about as easy can get, and you end up perfect cooks. And again, just unbelievable. Slicing itself. Okay, let me make this sexy. Gotta think of the thumbnails here. They say green, at least Guga told me, green makes these things pop. So, all right, Guga, let's see what happens here. What do you guys think? I think it looks kind of sexy, right? Right now, the moment I've been waiting for. Let's give this a try. This is beautiful. There's so much marbling in there. It's so juicy. So what I'm really trying to kind of impress upon people watching this, and I wish I would have done a better job in some of my earlier videos. This is such an impressive and yet I think intimidating piece of meat. I mean, it's huge, it's got this big bone, and it's beautiful. but it's so easy to cook if you do this, you know, the indirect sear or even a forward sear. But the key is to keep the temperatures low, you know, for that initial cook. And you'll see, find a camera that I can actually, there's none of that gray spot, that kind of a gray halo you get with overcooked meat. You know, a lot of steaks you get in restaurants, it'll be literally, you'll cut through it and it's that perfect medium rare in the center, but around the edges it's overcooked. This isn't. This is a perfectly cooked steak, and it's easy to do. Easy. On any kind of cooker you can do this, and you'll see that in a few days. But anyway, guys, as always, man, I just hit 300,000 subs, and it seems to have taken me an eternity, but I'm there. I'm grateful to you guys. If you're not subscribed, please help me out. Hit that sub button. If you like the video, thumbs up. If you are subscribed, make sure you hit that ring bell. I always call it a ring bell. Ring the bell. If you like it, thumbs it up. Again, if you don't like it, thumb it down, but do it twice. See you guys in the next video. So the last time I cooked on the Goldens, I had to reshoot the ending because of some issues. So I normally toast with a beer, and I toast it with a protein shake. So people want to know what I'm drinking. This is one of my favorite breweries. It's Kona Brewery, and this is Big Wave. And coincidentally, it's a golden ale. Golden's cast iron grill, golden ale. This was, believe it or not, just sort of an accident that happened on the last time I was trying to shoot this. And I thought, hey, that's kind of cool. Whatever. Anyway, I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.